Superhero Bob Parr, aka Mr. Incredible, saves a suicidal person from jumping off a building on the day of his wedding to Helen Truax, aka Elastigirl, by tackling him through a window, where he finds supervillain Bomb Voyage robbing it, but is interrupted by his devoted fanboy buddy Pine, who desires to be his sidekick Incrediboy. Bomb Voyage attaches a bomb on Buddy, which Bob removes, but the explosion damages a L train track and injures passengers as Bob tries to save them. After marrying Helen, the train passengers and the suicidal civilian accuse Bob of causing collateral damage. The government starts the superhero relocation program, compelling supers to stick to their secret identities and give up their escapades, and similar lawsuits spread to other superheroes, turning the public's opinion against them. After 15 years, Bob and Helen still live in Metroville with their kids, Violet, Dash, and little Jack. Bob, who adores his family but despises his ordinary suburban existence and claims a juster job, doubles up as a vigilante alongside his closest friend Lucius Best, alias Frozone. A woman named Mirage covertly offers Bob a task to conquer a ferocious huge robot known as the Omnidroid on Nomana-san Island after Bob is fired for attacking his supervisor who prevented him from stopping a mugging. By fooling the machine into taking off its own power source, Bob is successful. While waiting for another mission from Mirage, Bob strengthens his bones with his family and works out to get back in shape, revitalized by the action and increased money. He meets Edna Mode, a superhero costume designer, after spotting a tear in his last outfit. Edna makes new suits for each part after mistakenly presuming Helen is aware of Bob's new position. Back on Nomana-san, Bob learns that Mirage is a buddy employee. He has created numerous technologies that imitate superpowers and is now wealthy and goes by the name Syndrome. He has been improving the Omnidroid by paying numerous superheroes to battle it and killing them in the process as retaliation for being rejected by Bob. In order to vanquish it in front of the public and establish himself as a superhero, Syndrome plans to send a rebuilt Omnidroid to Metroville. There, he will surreptitiously tamper with a device's controls. The world will then be able to purchase his creations, which will render the term super obsolete. Helen goes to see Edna and finds out what Bob has been doing. Helen accidentally causes Bob to be captured while infiltrating Syndrome's base by turning on a beacon Edna implanted into the suits in order to find Bob. To get to Nomana-san, Helen takes a private jet on loan. In order to leave Jack with a babysitter, Violet and Dash stow away.
Syndrome shoots down the plane with missiles despite being aware that the kids are on board, but Helen and the kids escape and reach the island. Mirage releases Bob and lets him know that his family has survived after becoming frustrated with Syndrome's lack of concern while her life was in danger. Dash and Violet escape Syndrome's guards' pursuit by using their special abilities to repel them and reunite their parents. While following the Omnidroid to Metroville, Syndrome locks the family up. With Mirage's assistance, the Parrs manage to flee to Metroville. The Omnidroid blasts Syndrome's remote control off his wrist and renders him unconscious in accordance with its self-learning programming. Bob is able to disable the Omnidroid's power supply thanks to Helen and the kids retrieving the remote control while the Parrs and Lucius battle the robot. When the Parrs go home, they discover Syndrome kidnapping Jack to be raised as a sidekick in retaliation. Jack escapes Syndrome's grip when his own superpowers appear as Syndrome takes flight. Helen saves the baby from falling, and Bob causes Syndrome to crash into his plane's engine, which explodes. The Parrs witness the arrival of supervillain the Underminer 3 months later. They put on their superhero costumes and are ready to fight a fresh danger as a group.